Welcome back. In the previous part, we arrived here in Rolent with Estelle and Joshua. We're making our rounds, going, speaking to people. So let's continue. Let's have a look here. Top of the morning to you kids. Good morning, Mr. Elgar. Good morning, sir. Well, you're rather early, aren't you? Correct me if I'm wrong, but today is your last day of training, isn't it? I like this little community where it's like everyone knows each other here. I seem to remember you saying something about it last time I had you run the store. Oh, yes, that's right. I see. Well, I'm sure you'll do just fine, Joshua. Now, Estelle, on the other hand, got good reason to worry. She's always been a bit scatterbrained ever since she was a child. Probably all the knocks she took to the head playing with the boys. Really? So I guess that scatterbrain trait isn't something new, huh? I'll give you a head injury if you don't shut up. And don't call me scatterbrained. Okay, you two, let's not fight now. And shouldn't you be getting over to the guild? It seems like just yesterday that Estelle was clinging all over Cassius, and now she's a bracer. Looks like I'm getting old. Okay, let's go through that quickly. Sure. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I mean, stuff's good, but it's that case of I don't really have money. Good morning, Stella. Oh my. Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua. Are you on your way to bracer training? Yeah, just you watch. I'm going to pass the exam and be as good of a bracer as Schera, too. You're darn right you are. I have faith in you. By the way, Estelle. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Did you wash your face? How about your teeth? Did you brush them too? Gosh, you're so fastidious, but you always forget to take care of yourself. Come on, that was a long time ago. I don't do that anymore, right, Joshua? Now that you mention it, you did take off for home the other day with your hair all in a mess, right? It's only because it was an emergency. Mr. Rinnan got the newest Strega brand sneakers in on that day. Estelle. Yes? You listen to me carefully. For a girl your age, you need to take care of these things. If your appearance is messy, you won't look like someone that people can trust, even if you are a bracer. Your appearance is a reflection of what is on the inside. Alright, I'll be more careful from now on. Oh, that's that. How about the both of you get on over to the guild? And you just can't argue with her. If your appearance is messy, you won't look like someone that people can trust, even if you are a bracer. Your appearance is a reflection of what's on the inside. Very well. Okay, so there's the Brace Guild. We want to leave the Brace Guild till last. Orbment Factory. Freddy? Is it the Freddy? If it isn't Joshua and Estelle, I doubt it's the Freddy. How are those orbments working out for you that we tuned the other time you were here? I mean, he'd be off somewhere else collecting bugs, wouldn't he? In your case, Estelle, it's not whether the orbment is good or bad. The problem lies in the way you use it. You're always jumping into things without a second thought, so you end up being slow to learn. If you'd just start thinking before you start swinging, then you'd learn twice as much. Well, excuse me for sucking. There, no need to get upset. Everyone has these problems when they first start out. If you can get the hang of things, you'll gradually be able to handle them better. That's right. I'm going to master using this as quick as I can and surpass even Joshua. Yeah, whatever. When I first entered the Zeiss Central Factory, ZCF, I pretty much couldn't use one of these things either. And you couldn't use one, Freddy? Yeah, but I can still become an engineer even if I can't use one. But since you're aiming to become a bracer, I'll have to learn how. Everyone has a bit of trouble getting the hang of battle orbments from the start. If you can get the hang of things, eventually you'll be able to handle them better, Estelle. Okay, it's got to be a better way to get through the dialogue once it's repeating. Hey, I'm still setting up shop. Estelle and Joshua. You seem to be here rather early. Good morning, Mr. Melders. Good morning, sir. I appreciate you fixing that Orbment light the other day. Speaking of Orbment lights, isn't the one outside our house burnt out? Should get that replaced ASAP. Orbment sure are a daily life necessity, aren't they? When I was a lad, there weren't any of these Orbment thingies. Now we can get fire and light with the mere flip of a switch. Even ships fly in the skies. I don't like it. Don't you kids think, don't you kids think things are way too convenient these days? Oh crap, there he goes again about the old days. Yeah, well, if you just learned to shut your big trap. When I was young, I made things a reality through hard work and sweat. Sweat, I tell you. It would be nice if the young kids these days knew the meaning of the phrase hard work. You're probably right. Yeah, humor him. Orbments are convenient, alright, but I get worried that young kids don't understand what it means to work hard. You hear me, Estelle, Joshua? Don't forget what it means to stand on your own feet. Right. He's one of those people, is he? There's a clock there. But we were... Yeah, we can't get any other way on this. Just looking at the map and making sure I learn the map because we've got no dots or anything to work with. In terms of meeting people, we've already spoke to you, so let's go up here. Now, I'm actually recording this bit of audio much later, by the way, because the game crashed. I'll get to it. Cough, cough. Unbelievable. My husband knocked over his bookshelves again. The room is now so dusty I can't go inside. Unbelievable, my husband knocked over his bookshelves again. It was so dusty I can't even get inside. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reread stuff. Glory to the Kingdom, Compendium of Orbment Technology. Guide to the Rolent region, Septian Church and the Bracer Guild. Wonder where that book I bought the other day went. Looks like I'm going to have to put these books in order. Now, I think at this point I was going about, maybe there's a copy of Woo Baby around here. Maybe I can get a book from these shelves or something like that. This game has crashing issues. And what do we have here? The Joy of Cooking Monsters. Did I really buy this? Yeah, it's like... I'm recording this much later, by the way, after part 6. It's like making sure stuff's sorted. That boy. Where could Luke have gone? He took off without a bite of breakfast. Where could Luke have gone? He took off without a bite of breakfast. It's part of my audio broke, because it's like it completely crashed my PC, by the way. It's like we miss a person that I speak to as well once I go into Abend here. Because I think I put out like, yeah, Abend, intriguing. What a name. Simon, listen to me and listen well. Right now is the time for us to purchase lumber in Septium. Ignoring the potential risks, I'm going to buy as much as I can with the budget. My aim is to capitalize on the Queen's birthday celebration. I need the prices of these goods rise before and after the festival. It would be best to stock up on those commodities while they're cheap and then put them onto the market later. Shrewd. Yes, I already made arrangements regarding the lumber. I'm looking into the Septium right now. I've already made arrangements regarding the lumber. I'm looking into the Septium right now. Here comes the crash. Huh. Weird, the game just crashed. Well, I say the game crashed. My PC crashed. So I just gotta keep an eye on that. If the game's causing that, I need to mess around with things. But we'll just put it as a one-off for now. Come back here. I want to speak to you. I caught up with everyone I spoke to. I think we shut. Not that. There we go. Welcome. Oh, Estelle and Joshua. It's been a while, hasn't it, Elisa? Is there something going on today? Could it be that you're on a date together? Yeah, right. We're actually on our way to bracer training now. Oh, is that all? Everyone from Sunday school seems to have decided on a career or goal and is working hard to achieve it. As expected, you're a bit different than everyone else, though. What? Is there something wrong with that? No, not at all. I just thought it was very like you to pick the unusual route, that's all. Oh, that's right. Tio decided that she was going to help at her parents' farm. She even said for us all to go up and visit her sometime. So that's what Tino decided on, huh? May just be a coincidence. We've had a Freddy, so... Everyone from Sunday school seems to have decided on a career on gold and is working hard to achieve it. Anyway, good luck, Estelle. Very well. I started working here because the owner said he'd let me manage the bar. So they started the morning and lunch service, however. I've been more of a waiter than anything else. Working here because the owner said manage the bar. Okay. Eat wholesome pasta. Didn't learn a recipe or anything? No. That's why I did it. But alright. I was expecting to learn a recipe. You're Estelle and Joshua. Aren't you a pair of early birds today? Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Denzel. In response to the request of my customers, I started offering breakfast. Today's special is wholesome pasta. Superbly al dente. Okay. This special is wholesome pasta. Alright then, I'm not repeating that. Anything over here I can steal? I mean, borrow. I mean, look at. Yep. Yep, definitely just look at it. What's going on in here? Hello! Let's see. No copy of Woo Baby around. Yesterday's sales totaled. Our breakfast service has been going really well. Sometimes my husband comes up with some good ideas. Let's see. Yesterday's sales totaled. Our breakfast service has been going really well. Good to know business is booming, essentially. Okay, so let's put the camera back there. This way. So try going that way, just see what happens. It was time to start our training, Estelle. Let's head over to the guild house on the South Avenue. Alright. So what's up there that she'd want to see? Malga Trail. Rolent landing port. Oh, landing port. Oh, I can actually go here. Cool. Anyone around, though? Ah, hello. A lot of people will leave from Rolent today. And a lot of people will come. Which means a lot of chicks will pass through here. Score! Staring at these girls is one of my simple pleasures. You know what I mean, right, Joshua? Sure. Alan, you never change a bit. All this nonsense is the reason why you can't get a girlfriend. You wound me, Estelle. But it's because of this enjoyment that I feel that it's worth doing this job. It's a paradise. This guy's a serious nutjob. Staring at these girls is one of my simple pleasures. Oh dear. Just wondering, is there anything new? Nothing, not a zip. The scheduled flight from Gransel is about to arrive. I better start making landing guide preparations. The next flight will be arriving from Bote this afternoon. Or Boss. Something like that. I probably still don't have the voice acting for that, so it's sort of like, don't know how to pronounce it. Shoot! Today of all days I slept in. I must have had one too many cold ones last night. Oh, I'd better hurry up and with my pre-work inspections. It's time to get pumped. So anyway, feels like there should be a secret over there. Just the fact I can go behind it. Or like down here. There's a little gap. It's like nothing. Oh, very well. At least you can explore that location, I guess. Not exactly anything there, though. Okay, so let's get these kids. Take me with you. I'm the one who told you about that place to begin with. If you want to go with me, you're gonna have to catch me first. Take me with you. I'm the one to begin with. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? Where'd everyone go? I'm the one who discovered it. I'm the one who discovered it. Okay. Hotel Rolent. Hello, sir. Welcome to Hotel Vern. Welcome to Hotel Rolent. Elven spy. Are you here to spend the night? Vern? It's us, don't you remember? I know, I was just joking, Estelle. I was practicing my greeting just now. Oh, really? Did you ever notice that Vern teases people with a straight face, while being courteous at the same time? That's probably because he can. You know, Estelle, if you pass your exam, you're the second female bracer here in Rolent after Scherazard. Oh, and Good luck to you, Joshua. I suppose, at the same time. Alright, very well. Anyone in the rooms? It's a lovely bath. Oh. Not shower and get my CP up. Oh, shame. Just a shame. It's the only thing with, like, not having dots on the maps and stuff like that, unless I do and I can't see it. Sort of like... I won't be able to just quickly check who I've, who I've got to speak to. I really wish it would stay in a certain angle. Ah, the Septian Church. Good, good, good. This is what I want to learn more about. Good morning, Mom. Good morning. Aye, my, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua, good morning. Where are you off to this morning? It must be tough waking up so early. It does mean Father Divine. You went with just Father Divine, okay. It's been a while since I saw the both of you. I'm impressed to see you visiting the chapel so early in the morning. Good morning, Father Divine. Good morning. You're habitually late and played hooky more than a few times during your Sunday school days, Estelle. So have you changed your attitude on life since you graduated? A bit, I guess. Looks like there's a little time before morning mass begins. How about I give you both a special sermon? No thanks. How am I getting thrown into the mix here? Looks like there's a little time before morning mass begins. So how about I give you both a special sermon? Just like, no. It's almost time for mass. Mylene is already here, so I'd best hurry along. So it's time for mass. Mylene is already here, so best hurry along. Ooh, that's a lovely spot, isn't it? Yes, quite lovely. So is there any way like through here, but it doesn't seem to be. Okay, so anyway, down here to something else. I mean, there's a person, obviously. Oh, Estelle and Joshua. It's Uni. Good morning, Uni. Aren't Luke and Pat with you today? They're running around, we saw them. They were here just a minute ago. Two of them suddenly took off and went somewhere. Wonder where Luke and Pat went. Indeed. But there's nothing there. Anyway, right, so let's get to... well, hello. Metal construct. Anyway. Right, so let's head into the guild finally. Brace guild. Get in the door! There you two are. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Joshua. Morning, Aina. Good morning. Is Schera here already? Yes, she's waiting for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you'll finally be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild. Good luck to the both of you. Thanks. We'll do our best. Once you finish today's training, you'll be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild. Schera's waiting up for you upstairs. Good luck to the both of you. Nothing else? Anything on the notice boards? No, from the looks of it. Very well, let's go up. Triple dot. The star and the hanged man. The hermit and the magician. And, last of all, inversion through the wheel of fortune. This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this? Good morning, Schera. Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua. It's a rare occasion for the both of you to show up so early. Since it's my last day of training, I figured, why not? I'm ready to get this show on the road and become a bracer myself. I'll give you credit for your enthusiasm, but I'm going to work you hard today in every way I can think of to make sure that high-spirit attitude of yours holds up. Hope you're ready. I can feel the enthusiasm dropping already. Quiet, you. Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. This training is my way of trying to keep some of that information in your head, of letting it dribble out of your ears like it usually does. Joshua, Schera's picking on me. Don't worry, Schera. But Estelle may hate studying and rarely ever does her homework. Acts rashly, is overly naive, has a tendency to stick her nose into everything. Her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an orbment with some practice. Eventually. Probably. I guess there's not much I can do now except hope for the best. Hold on a sec, Joshua. Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me. Oh, that's odd. I'm positive I described all your best traits accurately. Whatever. By the way, Schera, what were you trying to predict with your tarot cards? Your face was really intent. Oh, this? I was just trying to get a vague reading about what might happen in the near future. Fortunately, I don't seem to have been in the right mindset to interpret the cards correctly. You couldn't read the cards? Now that's surprising to hear. Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret. That's not important now. I think it's time we start your final training. I'll give you a brief rundown of all the information we've covered in your previous training. This is the minimal level of knowledge that bracers should have in order to function effectively. And Estelle, make sure you pay especially close attention to what I'm going to say. Yeah. Ooh. Let's go through them. Orbments are mechanical devices which operate by using what is known as orbital energy. A variety of effects can be produced depending on the structure and type of quartz or processed septium installed, although it's only been about 50 years since their reinvention. These devices play an integral role in all the facets of life, from lights, heaters, and other everyday products to weapons, magic, and even airships. In connection, this technological reform is commonly known as the Orbital Revolution. Oh, lovely. Bracers are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions. They aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods. The Bracer Guild, which has been established... Where did I get bean from? Which has established branches across the continent, manages the affairs of the bracers in each region. Yeah, tell us about a certain region to the north, about the Liberl Kingdom. I mean, that's not what I meant, by the way. I know this one's in the south. I didn't mean Liberl, it was just the coincidence. The Kingdom of Liberl, in which we... Like, what's under this logo here? There's something written under this logo. I wonder if there's anything we know. Yep. The Kingdom of Liberl, in which we live, sits on the western half of the Zumerian continent, and abounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions. Liberl is proud to be one of the leading producers of septium on the continent and is known for its high level of technology used to develop orbments. Orbment technology has also been a key pillar of support for Liberl in protecting its independence, as contended with neighboring nations. 10 years ago, when Liberl was invaded by the Erebonian Empire... What? Oh, what is this strange empire we hear of? We know. It was the use of orbital-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Consequently, even now, our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive. But thanks to the Queen's political finesse, Liberl enjoys peace. Yeah, we know a bit more about that at the moment. Let's see. Since we've got a mountain of stuff to do today, I'll let you off the hook this time with a condensed review. I'm going to speed things up now and move on to the practice portion of your training. Schera, how is today's practical training any different from the training we've done before? Since it's practical, that means you'll be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I am going to have the both of you run through everything as if this were a real bracer job. So what you're saying is, there won't be any studying at a desk involved? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. This time you'll have to go out and make a physical effort to accomplish your task. This is right up our alley. I'll make sure to have you work up a sweat, so I hope you're ready. Yes! That's seriously just what the doctor ordered. I didn't know what I was going to do if I had to sit another day with my tush parked at a desk. I guess I got all worried for nothing. Well, suddenly you're all bright and cheerful, Estelle. Let's just hope that smile on your face lasts until the end of today's training. Okay, let's get cracking on your first objective, shall we? Let's have at it. First objective will be to confirm the details of the job you'll be performing. Before that, there's something that we need to give the both of you. Aina? We'll go with Aina. Are they ready? Yes, they are. Alright, you two. Go get one for each of yourselves. So it's going to be whatever the equivalent of the Arcus is, I'd imagine. Quit wasting time and go get them. Quit wasting time and go get them. These are very important, so make sure not to lose them. Brace and notebook. Oh. Brace and notebook serve as the official way to record the status of your current jobs. Also, anything you may hear or anything that you may find and wear. These kinds of trivial things can often become clues. Yeah. No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down. Yep, I have a notebook next to me. That's how I keep making these theories. Understood. This sounds like it's gonna be a pain. Oh, please tell me it was my ears playing tricks on me, because I swear I only got one response. I'm sure there were two. Keeping an accurate account of events is an important duty for all braces. So get with the program and stop trying to make this out to be more than it really is, Estelle. Okay, I got it. Make sure you do. Alright then, let's begin. Look over by the door. See that there's a bulletin board standing there? First, I want you to go and check the job description posted there. When the bulletin board is approached, an exclamation mark will appear. Pressing the OK button will display the job list. By selecting the job names on the list, you can view their details. Bulletin board is over there. Quit screwing around and check the job description. Alright. Retrieval? No! Ooh, it's very tiny text. In Schera's art 500 minute direct request. Training will involve searching the sewers beneath Rolent and bringing back the contents of a chest. See her for details. Very well. Details of the job confirmed on the bulletin board and other important events will be automatically recorded in the Brace and Notebook. Brace and Notebook needs to be found by clicking on the Books tab of the Items menu. It can also be accessed by configuring a Brace and Book shortcut button on the Configuration menu. Very good. Looks like you were able to see what was posted without any trouble. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions a Bracer performs on their job. Checking regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which need immediate attention is also an important duty for Bracers. And all this talk about duty is starting to cramp my style. Sure, there are a lot of rules to follow, but there's an equal level of responsibility in the jobs themselves. I think being a Bracer calls for much more than just someone with a half-hearted attitude. Guess you're right. I just have to be more motivated. Is that so? Okay. Had a change of heart, have we? Is that so? You betcha! Is that so? Well, before that motivation sneaks off somewhere, let's get to work on your next task. What will we be doing this time? I'll be heading across the street to Mr. Melder's Orbment Factory and learning about how to use its services. He has graciously taken time out of his work schedule to explain things, so make sure to be on your best behavior. Okay. Oh, we'll straight here. Here is where you will learn how to use an Orbment Factory's services. At an Orbment Factory, you can modify your orbments and synthesize support quartz in order to use orbital arts. We're mainly going arts at the moment in this one. Arts have a wide variety works of effects and, if mastered, can be extremely helpful. The Bracer business is a pretty risky occupation, so the guild has a long-standing relationship with these Orbment Factories. Anyway, it's about as much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the expert. So, Mr. Melders, you wouldn't mind taking over from here? No problem, leave everything to me. So, what is it that you would like to know? Oh, orbments. Orbments are mechanical devices which exhibit an array of effects through the installation of various types of quartz. By definition, that means that lights, airship engines, and so on are also types of orbments. However, the ones we will be discussing today are battle orbments, which enhance the user's physical abilities and make it possible to use magie. Yes. Since each orbment is adjusted to match the owner's personal aptitude, the structures for these devices also differ from each owner. Simply put, the shape of the fixed element slots and lines which connect them vary. At any rate, that's the layman's explanation. In order to install quartz, you must first have an open slot. By default, the central slot is open, but the other slots must be opened at an Orbment Factory like this. It'll take a fair amount of Sepith to EP, which is needed for magic. We'll also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. Recommend opening them all as soon as possible. That'll be our focus. So what is it you would like to know about Orbital Arts? Simply put, Orbital Arts are magic which can be discharged exclusively through the use of battle orbments. In other words, a number of peculiar effects can be produced by using the orbital energy stored within these mechanical devices. Since Orbital Arts can be a mouthful, they are almost universally referred to as arts. Probably ought to have called that than that from the get-go. There are several types of arts, but in order to be able to use them, the corresponding quartz must be first synthesized at an Orbment Factory. Orbments are also set up that once a particular quartz is installed into a slot, the owner will be able to use those arts. The type of arts one can use also changes depending on the element value and the combination of installed quartz. So if you want to use water arts, all you have to do is install a quartz with a water element value. In reality, orbments are much more complex than what I have described, but I think this information should suffice for now. So let's see what you'd like to know. Quartz are circuits made from Sepith. Quartz have a vast number of effects and raise the owner's abilities, while simultaneously making it possible for them to use arts. Well, you will not be able to harness any of these effects until quartz has been installed into a slot. However, there are also fixed slots in which only a certain type of element quartz can be installed. This being the case, when you synthesize a new quartz, be sure to check your orbment to decide where you will be installing it ahead of time. So what is it you would like to know about? Sepith. Sepith are fragments of septium, which are dropped by monsters. They are divided into 7 types. Earth, water, fire, wind, time, space, mirage. Sepith can be exchanged for mirror almost anywhere, but at the Orbment Factory it can be used to synthesize quartz and to open up orbment slots in which to install the synthesized quartz. So what would you like to know? Nothing. Looks like Mr. Melders has answered all your questions. If there's nothing else, then let's have you both try and use the services here. For that, you're going to need some Sepith. That amount, you two should be able to synthesize a few quartz. Now, I want you to begin by first making an element quartz that will work with each of your particular orbments. In your case, Estelle, any element quartz is okay, but for you, Joshua, it has to be a time element quartz. Normally at a shop, you'll be able to exchange Sepith for mirror, but for the training, you will not be able to use this service. Upon approaching the counter, a talk mark will appear. Pressing the OK button will display a list of options. Select Modify or Trade to use the Orbment Factory services. Oh, good work so far. You need to use the Orbment Factory, give Freddy a holler over there. Now I want you to begin by first making an element quartz that will work with each of your particular orbments. In your case, Estelle, any element quartz is okay, but for you, Joshua, it has to be time quartz. Okay, that's basically what we're already being told. Okay. Looks like you two are doing well with your training. If you'd like to modify your orbments, please select the Modify Trade service. It's got to stay the same again. Okay, slot. We wanted to create quartz, didn't we? There's evade that much of a thing in this. I'm gonna go with action. I'm gonna go with attack. Not got much we can go with at this point. Ew. There we go. Opened. Okay. So what do we get from that? Clock up and soul blur. Alright, looks like you were able to synthesize 1. Next I want you to increase the arts you can use. Now install a quartz into your orbment so that you can use both recovery and attack arts. Quartz can be installed in the orbment screen. The orbment screen can be utilized by selecting the orbment. I mean, I've done that. Just okay. Okay, so modify trade. Quartz. So with the water element. I can't figure out like the controls. So don't worry. Wait. Just wondering why it was like on the wrong one. There we go. Alright, looks like you both got recovery and attack art set up. You balance your arts out between each other like you're done here, should make dealing with monsters much easier. Additionally, bracer notebooks contain information about which quartz allow you to reach which arts. Like to use more powerful arts? Check out the arts and quartz charts in your bracer notebooks and find something that works for you. Right, the training here is almost finished. Last of all, you need to have one of you open a new slot in your orbments. The more slots you have available to you, the broader range of choices you'll have. Since EP, which is consumed by using arts, can have its max value increased by opening at slots, it would be a good idea to open them all early on. Now I want you to use this sepith and open a slot on each of your orbments. Go ahead and decide which slots you're going to open. Okay, slot. Estelle. Do that one because of the water element aspect of it. Okay, very well. I assume it was water just because it was blue though. Okay, because I want that to be attack. There we go. So we got both of them. Sorted. So you managed to open up one of your Orbment slots, Estelle. Since your central slot is not limited to a particular element, you are free to install any type of quartz you'd like. This concludes your training here at the Orbment Factory. Now it's time to move on to what you've both been waiting for, the qualification test. Pardon? Did you just say test? You can't honestly tell me that you forgot about the test. Again, can you? I remind you just this morning. Now you mentioned, I vaguely remember some sort of talk about along those lines at the breakfast table. Sometimes I fear the future of the Bracer Guild and humanity. Oh, well, no sense in worrying about that now. Let's head over to the testing area. You mean like now? Don't know if I'm ready for... How about a little less yapping and a little more walking? Oh dear. Joshua, help me! Mr. Meldus, Freddy, thank you for all your help. Don't mention it, and good luck with that test of yours. I'll be rooting for you. I'm going to remember that you left me high and dry like this, Joshua. And your training has finally come down to this. The qualification test will begin here. Expect to see you both use what you've learned up to this point. Understood? What's wrong, Estelle? Schera? What now? I was kind of wondering, but... Is there not going to be a paper test or something? Did Cassius drop you on your head as a child or something? Just read what it said on the bulletin board not that long ago, right? Yeah, and... It even made you jot down what you read in your bracer notebooks. Unless you forgot that too. Pretty sure the job listing mentioned searching for and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet? What a relief. Oh, divine goddess, I give thanks to thee for thy infinite grace in bestowing upon us such wonderful gifts as sewers. So what you're really saying is that you thought it was a paper test. No wonder you were acting all crazy back at the Orbment Factory. I can already feel the nostalgia. All those horrible days stuck in a classroom are starting to feel like grand memories indeed. I'm really starting to wonder if we'll even be able to graduate at all. What's wrong with you? Why'd you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things? Alright, that's enough jabbering, you two. This is supposed to be a test. How about the both of you try to at least look a little anxious? Just so you know, though, if you do happen to flunk the test, you don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for the both of you. It'll be fine. Just tell us what you want us to do and let us loose. Well, if you're so confident, how about proving that you're not just blowing hot air with the results of your test? And as you both saw on the bulletin board, this test will be a search conducted in Rolent's sewers. The objective is to retrieve the contents of a chest which has been placed somewhere within that area. The layout of the sewers is extremely simple, so you don't need to worry about getting lost either. However, there are real, living, breathing monsters down there. So if you get careless and let down your guard, you will be sorry. Also, let me give you this before I forget. Hey! What's this book for? It's called a monster guide. It's used to record information about monsters and other opponents you meet. Whenever you figure out an enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of it in there. Sounds pretty straightforward to me. He who controls the flow of information controls the tide of battle, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. Really got a good head on your shoulders, Joshua. That's some pretty useful advice. Thanks for the tip, Schera. I'll put it to good use. Alrighty then, let's get pumped and knock out this test. Let's. Don't forget, though, this is an exam. Should make sure we treat it as such. Alright then, so we are actually going to use this as a stopping point. And we'll see you in the next part. Ta-ta for now.